opportunities remain what they've always been, which is that TTIP, a free trade agreement between the U.S. and Europe, offers an opportunity to stimulate both the economy in Europe and in the United States in a non-budgetary way. In other words, we don't have to incur more debt to stimulate the economy by reducing barriers at the border, encouraging investment. We can stimulate the economy going forward. The challenges, though, are that our survey data show that the public in both Europe and in the United States don't necessarily trust that this will create jobs, that will raise wages. They aren't even convinced it'll lower prices. So the economics arguments that have been made for trade agreements throughout history don't seem to resonate very well with the public. In terms of the midterm elections, in America, there is absolutely no focus on these trade agreements. They have not become the subject of public debate. While our surveys show that when you ask the public in principle, would you like to have a free trade agreement with Europe, a majority of the public say yes. By about 2-to-1, they say yes. But this has not become a political issue yet in the United States, and probably won't until this deal goes before Congress for Congress's approval. And that is likely not to happen before 2016 or 2017. So we're still a ways away before the political debate in America heats up. I know in Europe it is already heated up. There are street demonstrations. There's a lot of concern in the European Parliament about this. But in this case, the Europeans are much more worked up about this deal at this point than are Americans. My personal pet theory is that this is another cost of the euro crisis. That we know from our survey data that there is a very low faith in the European Union and in the European Commission in particular. Only about a third of the public in Europe has a faith in the European Commission. We know from a survey we did in Germany that people in Germany would like to return the power to negotiate trade agreements to Berlin, take it away from Brussels. And as a result, a deal that's being negotiated by Brussels is instantly suspect. There's also widespread doubt about corporations and trust in corporations. Germany invented the investor-state dispute mechanism that is so controversial now in the TTIP negotiations. All of German investment agreements have this in it. So why is it now that the German public seems so up in arms about this? What's interesting is our surveys show that the German public is less likely than any of the other European publics to believe that foreign investment, if it's a foreign merger and acquisition, that a foreign investment of that type is good for Germany. Only 19% of Germans believe that foreign-led mergers and acquisitions are good for Germany. They have a very insular business culture, and they believe that foreigners will abuse this investor-state dispute settlement mechanism. So it's really what we're picking up, I think, early on in Europe is a doubt about foreign investment. And frankly, part of that may be doubt about American investment, because we also know 66% of Germans do not like American-style business practices. What they're probably thinking when they hear the word foreign investment, they're hearing American investment.